Water is life. Water is our future.
The Great Lakes region of Eastern and Central Africa is a very important freshwater ecosystem, rich in biodiversity, and it provides enormous services to communities and countries in the region. But water, in order to function, it depends on a number of chemical elements in it. And this is a result of a long period of evolution, which has taken millions of years.
Actually, water is quite an important resource to different people, ranging from local communities, people in villages, to industries and governments.
Unfortunately, we have so many problems affecting this natural equilibrium. Today, we have many of the problems accelerated by humans, and recently we are seeing increasingly climate change. The status of freshwater in the region is currently not very good. It is actually alarming. A number of freshwater species are being lost. We have a lot of problems coming from catchment areas. We have pollution with a lot of chemicals into water.
The main threats to rivers and lakes within the region range from catchment degradation to overharvesting of resources such as fisheries in transboundary waters and over abstraction of water from these systems, just to mention a few.
The main threats to wetlands in the Great Lakes region include agricultural encroachment for rice growing, but also for other crops. But also the other threat is urbanization, which results in the overharvesting of the wetland resources, such as clay, papyrus, and others. The main challenge is the lack of policies. For example, Uganda has a wetland policy, but the other countries in this region have not fully adopted national wetland policies. But even where the policies exist, there's weak enforcement, and in some cases, we have political interference.
This is why we need a collaborative action, and this is what ARCOS is advocating for. We need to empower communities so they can be supported to understand the future they are facing, to understand that they have also a role to play.
In order to enhance some of the benefits that we derive from water ecosystems, ARCOS has been working with communities in some of the important watersheds. For example, in the Rwenzori catchment, we are working with the local NGO to restore some of the landscapes that have been degraded. In addition, we promote sustainable land use practices through the development of payment for ecosystem services. In other words, you identify what services these communities can provide to buyers or industrialists in that case who are using the resources or the services from these ecosystems to compensate the local communities.
Now, to conserve freshwater ecosystems and their services in the region, the first thing that governments need to recognize is that these are multi-sector resources that involve different sectors. And therefore, there's a need for a coordinated approach that involves all the different stakeholders. They need to come together, but also there's a need for an integrated approach, because no single approach will solve the problems of the freshwater ecosystems. We need to bring everybody on board. We need to bring stakeholders right from the lowest level, the communities, up to the top level, the presidents of the countries.
It is encouraging to see what the different institutions are doing in the region, from governments, NGOs, and even the private sector, to enhance the freshwater services and water resource management in the region. Even if efforts have to be increased, it is good to note these efforts. It is also a responsibility for international community, because water doesn't have a border.
I love my country, and I would like to see the beauty of lakes and rivers in the future.